Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is my first podcast for 2024. So I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas and New Year's. I definitely know that I did. And I was able to spend a lot of downtime, a lot of time reflecting, on all the achievements last year. Um, Also a lot of time even just kind of looking back and going, what am I actually grateful for? What are all those things that, I was very fortunate to be able to do and have and be all the things last year, and just some time also looking at what could happen for 2024. Where are we going, what is the direction, and lots of goal setting and possibility projecting and all those kinds of things. So coming to you super refreshed, super motivated, and pumped for what 2024 will be. So I have been working the last couple of weeks. I just haven't done a podcast, but I have been working the last couple of weeks, kind of like at a limited capacity, not completely full time. But I'm definitely back at it as of next week, back at a full time capacity of what is full time for me. But I just wanted to bring you some top tips, give you some top tips, simple ways that you can get on track or get organized for January. Because I don't know, this time of year is, it's not just for myself. Some people set New Year's resolutions. Some people set themselves, a word for the year, or, their intentions of how they want to show up or what they're going to focus on for the year and things like that. And they get off to a good start on the 1st of January. But we're a couple of weeks in now. And in case you've lost some momentum, I wanted to just offer you some top tips for all of those entrepreneurs out there. Just to give you some top tips to kind of help you get organized and back on track if you've kind of fallen off the bandwagon a little bit, or these might even be things that you never even thought of, but just some simple things that you can do to get yourself organized. That'll make you kind of, get that momentum rolling again. So, my first one is to let's sit down and let's evaluate our workspace. Okay, let's evaluate our workspace. So, your workspace might be wherever you spend majority of your time working. So, when I say evaluate your workspace, I want you to sit down where you are, where your workspace is, and I want you to have a look around you, and I want you to kind of work out how that feels for you. Okay, you probably need to, do a little bit of decluttering and things like that. But how does your workspace feel? What is the energy that you want to feel when you sit down there to do your work? Is it a calming energy? Is it you want to sit down and you want to, feel super calm and you want to have it to be really bright, or, what is it that you want it to be for you? So for me, I love to have like a nice kind of cleared off open workspace. I love having indoor plants. I don't know, there's something about the greenery of indoor plants in and around my workspace. And I love having visual reminders for me around, so that when I kind of look up on the walls or something like that, I've got visual reminders of, what it is that I'm working on, or what my intention and focus is for this year and things like that. So, for example, my word for this year, my big word, is purpose. So I have some frames up in and around my office with the word purpose. And that's an anchor for me. Okay, that's an anchor for me. When I see that word purpose, it's instantly going to remind me of what that means for me. And am I showing up with purpose? Am I showing up for what that word means for me? So, how do you want your workspace to feel? How do you want it to feel for you? So have a look, sit down at your workspace, declutter it, tidy it up. If you need to go and get yourself some new pretty stationery, or do you need to get yourself something to, or a new indoor plant, or whatever it might need to be, depending on where your workspace is. Just, yeah, how do you want your workspace to feel? And have a look at what you can do to declutter it, get rid of the items that you no longer need or use. Organize maybe your belongings into like categories or specific spaces for, where certain things belong. Consider getting rid of some things that you may not need anymore. Sell it, donate them, whatever it might be. but have a look at, evaluate your workspace, and have a look at how you would like that to be for you this year moving forward. Now, talking about workspace, the next top tip that I have that's super simple is let's declutter the computer desktop. Okay, let's declutter all of those folders that you've got on your desktop. Now, you probably need all those folders, so I'm not saying go and get rid of things that you don't need, but what can you do to tidy up that desk space? Does it need reorganizing? For me, I like to start fresh. I want to start fresh. So I might have some key folders that I need to have there. Otherwise, everything else just gets popped into a folder that's called 2023. So I've still got access to it. I'm not losing it. I'm not getting rid of it, but I'm just tidying it. And, your computer desktop, like I love to have another background on there. So, funnily enough, I create another screen top background for my computer desktop so that it's like also another anchor for me. And it's a constant reminder of what I'm working towards. The word purpose may be written on there, but there's photos on there, people that, mean a lot to me. I'm really kind of tying in everything that's important to me, where I'm going, what my focus is, what my intention is on my computer desktop as well. All right, so that's another top tip. Next thing, calendar, planner, whatever it is for you, whether or not that's a digital version, whether or not it's, an actual, paper planner, whatever it is for you, but spend a little bit of time going through your planner, organizing your schedule. And I'm talking like for the whole year, okay? But even if it's something as simple as I'm going to write in all of the birthdays, I'm going to write in all the important dates, all the public holidays, all my, deadlines for things, just so that you've made a start on putting together your calendar and your planner for 2024. So sit down. What are all the anniversaries that you need to pop down? Where are all the important birthdays? Make sure they're all in there so then you don't have to worry about that. And do that for the whole year. Okay? So sit down, pop in all the important things that you want in your calendar, even if some of them are just in there in pencil. Okay? Even if you've got them in your online version as to be confirmed, go ahead. Like I block out and go, you know what? It's my friend's birthday. I'm going to block out that night that we may be doing something for their dinner, or whatever it might be. Go through all the things that are important to you and make sure that they are popped into your calendar or your planner or whatever system works for you. And my top tip, and I think this one might be the one that brings me the most joy and satisfaction. And I know that when I train on this, when I'm training about my ideal weeks and things like this, it always comes up as a topic of discussion. Now, is to tidy up your inbox, literally your email inbox. Okay. So my top tip is if you no longer need it. Okay, how many of you are literally, you open up your emails and every day there are emails in there that you could unsubscribe from? Okay, you literally could unsubscribe from these emails. So if you no longer need them, spend some time, sit there and literally let's unsubscribe from all of those emails that we no longer need and we're no longer interested in. Let's do that. Go through, if they're in your deleted files, go in, work out who they are, and sit down and spend some time and unsubscribe from them. And then make it a commitment that, once a week from now on, that you'll sit down and you'll unsubscribe from them, or you'll spend 5 minutes a day, or whatever is right for you, but unsubscribe from those emails. Now, it's going to be me, and there's probably going to be lots of you as well, but there are just some places where you might be subscribed to their emails that you don't want to read every single email, but you do want to have them for when you are maybe focusing on that area again, or if you want to go through and kind of binge read through those emails or whatever it might be for you, but you don't want to unsubscribe. You don't want to miss out on that sale that shop might have, or you don't want to miss out on it, but it has a time and a place in your work week. Okay, it has a time and a place in your ideal week. So my top tip is to go and get yourself another email address that is purely the email that you give out for all of those subscriptions and things. That is my top tip. And honestly, it has proven invaluable since I have done that. Because now when I open up my work email address, okay, and I actually have several work email addresses, but when I open those emails up, I'm not getting bombarded by, subscription emails. I can choose the time and the day and the frequency of when I want to check on those subscription emails. It's not kind of overwhelming me, giving me that first glance of, oh no, there's 30 emails in my inbox since this morning that need to be actioned, and it's not giving me that kind of overwhelming feeling of, oh my goodness, I've got so much there that I need to do when I might not. Okay, so yeah, that's my top tip. Make, if you haven't done it before, but you find yourself overwhelmed when you open up your email, your email inbox. Sorry, lost for words there. Yeah, just make sure that you go and create yourself a new email address that you can actually change those emails over to all your subscriptions and things like that, and use that moving forward when you kind of make purchases at places or you subscribe to things, so that you can keep them in a separate place so that you're in charge of how often you want to check those. Look, those are just a couple of tips to help you get organized for January. I'm super excited about 2024. I really feel like it's going to be, more in 2024. So stay tuned. Make sure you pop back. We have got a few kind of changes and things. We're looking at having some guests, maybe some panels on some upcoming podcasts. So make sure you stay tuned. And as always, if you've got something that you would like to reach out to us and see if it's something that we can cover in our podcast, please do. I love getting messages from you. I love answering your questions and things like that. So please keep them coming. They are always welcomed. All right. See you next week. Bye, everyone.